Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for joining us today, to our media partners, those joining us on social media, Mayor Johnson SAV, or the city of Savannah. And for those that are watching our stream, if you have questions that you would like to ask, feel free to put those questions in the comments section on the City of Savannah's Facebook page or Mayor Johnson SAV. On Facebook or Instagram, and we will field those after our media partners that are here in the room. Obviously, today is October 7th, and so 2 years have gone by since the atrocities that happened that have really shocked the world, and we continue to pray for the safety of those that are hostage and comfort and peace for those who have lost. And we certainly implore the parties to come up with a solution that works. Peace should always be the goal, and I think that we should always have no tolerance for terrorism. So we send out our thoughts and prayers to those who were affected. This past Saturday, members of the Savannah Fire Department, alongside firefighters from Chatham County, Bryan County, Effingham County, and Liberty County, joined elected officials and families to show respect for the brave souls who have lost their lives in service to our city and communities. Each year, the Savannah Fire Department hosts the Chatham County Firefighters Memorial Ceremony to show respect for the fallen and to honor their service by remembering their sacrifice. From James Houston to Michael McFadden, these brave firefighters have paid the ultimate cost in service to our community. And so we will continue to always remember them. We will always lift up their names as a matter of civic pride and of duty. And we say thank you to the families, those who carry the burden every day of these fallen firefighters who attended on this past Saturday. Certainly, we want to thank interim Savannah Fire Chief William Handy, Savannah Fire Chaplain Chris Menzies, and all of our esteemed guests. May their names be a blessing, and may their memories never be forgotten. Last Wednesday, I was excited to join the City of Savannah's Economic Development Department as we celebrated the graduation of the second cohort of Launch Savannah. Launch Savannah is a minority business accelerator program that is facilitated by the City of Savannah with the Small Business Assistance Corporation and Startup Savannah. This is a 12-week program which provides educational resources, mentorship, and tools for members of the cohort to grow their business. This came from our REAL task force, and really the goal here is to provide local minority business owners and entrepreneurs an opportunity to launch to the next level, to take off, to lift off. These are incredibly hardworking individuals with good ideas and just need a little extra jet fuel, so to speak, to get on their way. This came out of our REAL task force. When we say that Savannah will be a safe, environmentally healthy, and economically thriving community for all, what we're basically saying is all means all. And so all means that we have to help some folks get to the starting line. And so I'm excited about this. So we have season 2 completed. We're looking forward to season 3. And we're looking forward to seeing graduates of these cohorts driving Savannah's economic ship. We know that the core, the heartbeat of our business community is small businesses. So this year we had restaurateurs, hoteliers, educators, artists, health gurus, embroiderers, all types of great folks doing great stuff. And we know that everything you need, you should be able to get from a small business here in Savannah. So investments like Launch Savannah help pay dividends in the long run for our community by providing the right amount of boost to an idea or a venture to help get it off of the ground. So I encourage you to seek out local companies, buy from local vendors, find services in Savannah Every day we have choices of how to spend our money locally. Local money is recycled locally. Local businesses hire local folks. They pay local taxes, and then that money is recycled in our community. So that benefits us all. So congratulations to this year's cohort, and we look forward to the great things they will do and continue to do in our community. We want them to go forth, be great, and do big things. I'm also excited this morning to share some highlights from our Read with the Mayor School Literacy Tour. Over the past few weeks, I have been in a lot of schools, a whole lot of schools, and I've seen a whole lot of children. I've visited 14 schools. I've connected with over 1,000 students. I probably got hugs from about 900 of them. On my visits, I read stories, I had conversations, I answered a bunch of questions about what it was like to be mayor, and I encourage young people to be able to dream big. As a part of this tour, we donated over 850 books to school libraries, and so that impact will go far beyond the visit of that day. And so this initiative brought together a wide range of community partners, and leaders, the Front Porch, Broadside, Child and Family Advocacy, Loop It Up Savannah, Amazon, of course, that showed up in a big way, the Curtis V. Cooper Healthcare Center and the Dream Big Foundation. I couldn't make all of my dates of Read with the Mayor, so I had some sub-readers that helped me out. I had our city clerk, Mark Massey, who was a big hit, Superior Court Judge Lisa Goldwire-Colbert, and of course, WSAV anchor Kim Gusby, who I think they liked better than me. Through these visits, students were reminded of the value of dedication and resilience and diversity and hard work. And so we want them to be big, we want them to dream big. And so through those stories, which we specifically curated, we wanted to be able to address some of the challenges they might feel in being young people. We want them to feel they can be anything, do anything. We want them to dream big, reach for the stars, and be Savannah strong. And so this tour really reflects our position that public education is a public responsibility. It is not enough for the city of Savannah to say education is a school board's job. No, because when they leave the school system, either with a diploma or on their own, the fact is they're still Savannah residents. And so we all have a part in this, giving every young person the tools and the resources they need to develop reading skills. We know very, very clearly that if a young person is not reading by the 3rd grade, we know they're challenged for the rest of their lives. In fact, I was having that conversation with my mother this morning. If a young person is not reading at grade level by the 3rd grade, you can almost plot out where his or her life is going to go. And so we're not going to let that happen here if we have anything to do with it. So we're pushing long-term literacy, not only for young people, but for older people here in Savannah. So we thank our partners, thank folks here in the mayor's office that helped us to get this together. Certainly thank the schools, the principals, certainly thank the teachers, thank Dr. Watts and President Moss and all of them who've partnered with us. Also thank the Georgia Municipal Association and their Georgia Forward program that sponsors Read with the Mayor. And so this has been happening all around the state. Hopefully we did it bigger than anybody else, because that's what we do in Georgia's first city. This tour is also a part of Georgia Pre-K Week, which is this week. And so I was with pre-Ks yesterday. I'll be with pre-Ks today. If y'all ever want to come hang out, ever want to remember what's right about the world, come to a pre-K classroom. When life was just so simple and they didn't have any bills. And the highway is big and long, and everything just seems on the up and up. Reading is one of the greatest gifts we can give a young person. And so we want to be able to do that. And I'm encouraging our community to get involved and get engaged. I'm very happy and proud about what we have been able to do together. And we'll continue to do this from time to time to get out, get involved, and get engaged. Somebody might ask me, well, what does it have to do with you? I say it has everything to do with me. It has everything to do with the city. We have to raise literacy rates in our city, and we just choose to do it starting at very, very young ages. When young people learn to read, they learn to dream. When they learn to dream, they learn to make their dreams reality. So we're in it, we're all in it, and I'm looking forward to it. Excuse me. And I'm further excited because this week, that we're announcing next week, October the 16th, finally, the city of Savannah will officially cut the ribbon on the Dundee cottages. The celebration of this incredible project really represents the culmination of years of not only vision, but hard work from the city and our partners. The Dundee cottages is a cutting-edge, innovative housing development that will provide 39 new roofs for individuals and families transitioning out of homelessness or at risk of becoming unhoused. The 39 new cottages will be furnished and available for affordable rent only. This new community also features a caretaker's house and a resident services building. Services available to the residents include a computer lab, laundry facilities, and a commercial kitchen and a meeting hall. Dundee Cottages and its sibling development next door for veterans, the Cove at Dundee, are both a result of the Housing Savannah Action Plan, which I'm proud of, that came from my Housing Savannah task force in 2020. If you remember, in 2020, we said we were going to take on homelessness head on. And I directed the formation of the citizen-led Housing Savannah Task Force to assess where we were as it related to housing, to develop recommendations for housing needs, the increasing availability and affordability of quality housing for all households. After a year-long study of Savannah's housing needs, the task force recommended the Housing Savannah Action Plan, which was adopted by the Savannah City Council in 2021. And if you remember, one of the key elements that was found in that study and addressed in the plan was the need for new roofs for our unhoused population. And so through the Savannah Affordable Housing Fund, the council began investing in very real ways in this new plan. So along with direct funding, the city provided other assets. In 2021, the city-owned vacant lot at 65 Dundee Street was provided to develop the Dundee Cottages and the Cove at Dundee. This is an incredible moment for our city. I am so happy and blessed to see it happen. And simply put, this is good government at work. There was a problem. We studied the problem. We came up with good solutions, and then we addressed the problem with a clear plan of action, and we went to work. And so I'm excited to be joined by our partners at the Chatham-Savannah Land Bank Authority, the Community Housing Services Agency, CHSA Development, and the Chatham-Savannah Authority for the Homeless, who all played a key role in making this development a reality. And so I hope you will join us Thursday, October the 16th at 10 a.m. at 64 Dundee Street. I am so excited, so excited, so excited. And we will have more details available about this later today. If you remember, well, if you know, our government is currently shut down. Our federal government is shut down. The city of Savannah is required by law every year to have a balanced budget. By December 31st, we must have a balanced budget. The federal government, not so. And so we're in this unfortunate scenario in which our government is shut down and people are hurting. The congressmen are not hurting. In local government, we have to solve problems. And sometimes we have to solve problems that we did not create. We have folks, I flew out this week and we had the great folks at the Transportation Security Administration, TSA folks, who greeted me as they always do, who checked me when I triggered the little alarm there, who checked my bags, and they weren't paid, but they came to work anyway. When the plane took off, there were folks in the flight tower who made sure that the airspace was clear for takeoff and make sure that planes were able to continue to land at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. They came to work, and they aren't paid. We have folks that serve in our military and folks that serve in a variety of federal jobs, things that we understand and things that we don't, but yet they come to work and they're not being paid. We need Congress to get this together. We have to get them to lock themselves in a room and communicate. Certainly, we can find a way to pass a continuing resolution that protects healthcare, that protects the needs, the basic needs of folks in our communities to be able to live and get our government running again. We have to do it, and we must do it. I've been working with our community leaders, our business leaders, and I've asked them for our airports and soon our military for us to find ways to come together to support those who are not receiving paychecks right now. And so we are working on a plan. We have shown that the moniker of Savannah Strong is more than just a saying, that it is a mindset. And the mindset is that we're gonna pull together when we have to, we're gonna show up at the showdown, and we're gonna do what we can to assist those that need assistance. And so we are working on a variety of plans in varying stages to address those federal folks that might need assistance during this time. The fact of the matter is that their mortgages don't care about a shutdown. Their rents don't care about shutdowns. Their car notes don't care about shutdowns. Their student loans don't care about shutdowns. Their kids' college tuitions don't care about shutdowns. Their food bills don't care about shutdowns. Their electric bills don't care about shutdowns. So we want to find a way to be of some help. And so I'm asking this community, as we've done before, to come together again, and let's find a way to be a blessing to our folks while we ask our folks in Congress to get it together, and let's get our government back open again. So in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I got to say about that. Also, I want to invite everybody to the 6th District Town Hall meeting to join Alderman Curtis Pertee and myself and the rest of the team at a very important town hall meeting. Our team will provide an update on the forthcoming Windsor Forest Community Center. Back in April, if you remember, we announced the location of the new community center, and we formed an advisory work group. This group comprised of representatives from local organizations and key city personnel helped to guide the development process. The new center will be built at 218 Windsor Road on the land that was formerly occupied by Woody's Skate Park. So we're inviting our residents of the 6th District, the Windsor Forest community, and of course the city at large to join us at the Windsor Forest High School Auditorium at 6 p.m. this Wednesday, October the 8th, for this town hall meeting. We certainly look forward to seeing you there. Also, if you remember last week, I provided an update on the future of the Savannah Civic Center. And this morning, I'm happy to share more details about upcoming meetings this month. If you remember, the Savannah City Council have moved forward to directing city staff to move forward with the plans to demolish the MLK Arena and to preserve the Johnny Mercer Theater. The goal ultimately is to transform the Johnny Mercer Theater into a regional performing arts venue and entertainment center, and to keep the incredibly important community ballroom and meeting space as public assets. Demolition on the arena is to begin in the first quarter of next year, and renovation work on the theater will begin later next year. With the demolition of the arena, we will restore an estimated 4.5 acres of land to the original Oglethorpe plan layout, paving the way for a number of options that will benefit our city. Right now, our consultants are conducting a comprehensive economic and land use study that will be used to inform the redevelopment project. So again, we're asking you for your input. And Savannah, this is your land. You told us you wanted a new arena, we provided it. You told us you wanted us to get rid of the old arena, we've done that. Savannah, you've told us you wanted to restore some of the land to the original plan, we're doing that, and we need to know what you think. So in the coming weeks, staff and our consultants will be hosting several public meetings to gain insights from residents that will help guide the planning and implementation decisions over the coming year. So I urge everyone to attend a meeting, submit a comment, contact your alderperson, and certainly contact Team Savannah. Let us know what your thoughts are. It's important. Complaining about it on Facebook and Instagram doesn't get anything done. Public comments will help us to direct the future of the Civic Center site. So city staff, along with our consultants, will be holding 2 public engagement sessions, October 28th and October 29th at the Savannah Civic Center to gather input. These open house events, which will be held in a drop-in format, are part of the economic and land use study project that will help to guide this initiative. Participants can learn about what our study has uncovered so far and explore potential scenarios for future development. There will be a presentation, and folks will have the opportunity to speak with city staff and the consultant team. All of the sessions will be held where? In the Civic Center Ballroom. So on Tuesday, October the 28th, open house starts at 5, a presentation will start at 6, and the event will close out at 7:30 p.m. The next day, open house will begin at 10 a.m. with a presentation at 11 a.m. with a projected 12:30 p.m. End. So everybody come out, and be a part of the future planning for the Civic Center site. And you can learn more about the project at savannahga.gov/future of Civic Center, savannahga.gov/future of Civic Center. This Thursday, we will hold our first public meeting of October. The year is winding to an end very quickly. We'll start the day with an 11 a.m. workshop. We will hear an update on the Canal District Master Plan and a citywide facility energy efficiency project. At 2 p.m., we will have a 29 item agenda with 3 presentations. One of them, I will be declaring Savannah as the StoryCon capital of the world. And so we've done some significant work over that over the last 3+ years. We'll also have 2 presentations where I will declare October as both Domestic Violence Awareness Month and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we're inviting everyone to wear purple or pink to highlight these 2 important initiatives. And then we'll have an appearance and recognition of the inaugural 2025 Girls Youth Flag Football League champions. And in the business of the day, we have 4 alcohol license hearings for a wine bar on West Bay, a barbecue restaurant on East Bay, a diner on Abercorn, and a convenience store on Montgomery Crossroads. Under public hearings, we will have the second hearing to receive comments on the 2026 one-year action plan. This plan serves as a blueprint on how the city will use federal entitlement funds, and other resources to address the needs of our low and moderate income neighbors. We will take up one zoning petition and one zoning map amendment related to a 1.45 acre tract at 11965 Apache Avenue. And we have an ordinance item related to the zoning hearing. We'll also have the second readings of 3 ordinances, all related to a planned development on Fort Algyle Road. Under purchasing items, we have 9 items, including a contract for tree and stump removal, funding for an emergency demolition of a fire-damaged building on East President Street, a contract for new trucks, and equipment for a stormwater management department. Additionally, our council will consider approving 2 key contracts under purchasing. One will authorize the city manager to negotiate, to begin pre-construction services for the careful demolition of the MLK Arena, which we're talking about. The other will authorize a contract for pre-construction services to stabilize the waterworks building. To that end, the very next item under resolutions will be approval of Common Ground, which is the master plan for the Savannah's Canal District. We're moving on this stuff. And then we will consider adoption of the 2025 capital improvements element annual update. And last but not least, under real estate items, the City Council will vote to authorize the city manager to negotiate and execute a lease agreement for the ground floor space for the Thomas Gamble Building with Galaxy Cafe. And of course, Galaxy Cafe is more commonly known as Olympia Cafe. As we've talked about earlier this year, when folks were raising hell about it, the city was obligated. We had to by law, to secure a new lease. We had to publicly advertise and seek bids for that space. And so although Olympia Cafe had been renting it over 30 years, by law, we had to go public with it. And so Olympia Cafe did their due diligence. They submitted their bid, and through the evaluation process, their bid was scored the highest. That is a regulated process dictated by law, and now council will vote on authorizing the city manager to negotiate that contract on our behalf. Per Georgia law, if the council approves the new lease, Olympia Cafe will be provided a maximum term of 5 years, 5 years with a option to extend another 5 years. So I should note that the Thomas Gamble Building has been approved for a complete restoration next year. The Olympia Cafe will have to close at the end of this year, regardless, due to that restoration. But the city's contractors will be working on the ground floor to stabilize the building. The floor will be available to the new tenant in the third quarter of 2026. To find the full agenda for Thursday's workshop and the council meeting, visit savannahga.gov/agenda. savannahga.gov/agenda. You can join us for both meetings live on the city's official Facebook page or YouTube channel, or of course you can join us on the award-winning SGTV, Comcast Channel 8. And of course you can come join us in City Council chambers. Either way, we want you to tune in and be informed. Last week, the Savannah Police Department was awarded a $193,000 grant through the Highway Enforcement of Aggressive Traffic, or HEAT program, from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Savannah Police Department is one of 26 law enforcement agencies across Georgia that was selected to receive that grant. When you think about it, we have 536 cities, 159 counties, and we are one of 26. So that's a big achievement, and this grant will support the Savannah Police Department's HEAT unit as we continue to implement target strategies to reduce traffic crashes caused by aggressive and impaired driving. So look out. The program will also help increase seatbelt usage and educate the public on the dangers of driving unsafely and under the influence. Finally, it's the first of the month, which means it's time for me to update our top 10 most wanted list. Many of you, as we were talking about our challenges for public safety, it might have been a reporter, what are you going to do about this? Well, we can do something about it. And so for a year now, we have been keeping a list updated to reflect the most dangerous individuals currently at large in our community. And we're very proud of this because we recognize that the majority of the crimes in our community are conducted by a relatively small number of people. So the thought is, if we have people who are doing the crimes off the streets, that would help to have a corresponding decrease in crime. And as has been said before, our crime, particularly our violent crime, is still low. It's still low, and we have experienced a reduction. So this public notice has served well as our community has responded to our call to help us to identify individuals that are wanted on this list. I have had family members call me. I've had daddies and mommies call me. I've had the individuals themselves calling me, talking to me about how they turn themselves in. And I told them, you can't get to tomorrow until you deal with today. I would much rather you do the man thing, own up to it, come in, face what you're going through, and start working on your tomorrow, rather than we dragging you in, and dragging you in at a time and place that is not of your convenience or choosing, and placing your loved ones in danger. So this has worked well. Our communities responded well. As we always say, that public safety is a public responsibility, and this is a list that you don't want to find yourself on. So check this out, and I want you to get this. Since we rolled out the top 10 list last July, out of the 100 people that have made our list, Savannah police have arrested 84 of them. 84 out of the 100 individuals we have profiled are in custody. Now, any school you go to, 84 is a good passing grade. 84 of them. And that is a direct result of us putting out the call. It's a direct result of citizens answering the call, neighbors doing the right thing, and some of the individuals on the list saying, hey man, y'all embarrassing me by having me on this list. I said, well, turn yourself in. Your name comes off the list. So I'm so proud of our community, certainly Savannah Police. Be very, very clear, do not make this list. Do not make this list. This is not a list you want in your life. If you hear your name, don't embarrass your mama and them, your grandmama and them. Don't embarrass your family. Don't embarrass your kids. Your pictures all showing up on our Facebook and stuff. We calling your name and stuff. Come on. I mean, you deserve better than that. So go ahead, lawyer up, and then come see us. And if you know of someone, we know it's embarrassing for you to see your son or your grandson or your grandchild or your granddaughter name on this list. They deserve better. They can do better, but they can't get to tomorrow until they deal with today. So if you see someone's name on here, you can call us directly at 912-525-3124, 912-525-3124. We are not diming anybody out for telling. We're not. You can call, you can do an anonymous tip at the SPD mobile app. As some folks did, they called my office, 912-651-6444, 912-651-6444. I have spoken with some of these folks, and I'm not diming nobody out. I want you to make the adult decision, and I want you to do the right thing. So as of October 3rd, the top 10 this week, Tamir Goodwin, wanted for robbery, Corey Underwood, wanted for aggravated assault. Avery Samuels, wanted for burglary. Rictavius Gilliard has been on for a while, aggravated assault, aggravated stalking. Javante Pringles is wanted for aggravated assault. Ellen Naxi Castillo has been on for a while, battery and cruelty to children. Terrence Walker, aggravated assault. Timothy Patterson is wanted for rape and aggravated assault. Angelo Wolf, possession of a firearm, criminal attempts. Malik Williams, aggravated battery. So folks, you can see these are folks we don't want on our streets. Do your part to protect our community. Turn yourself in or turn them in. And as always, you can find this list at savannahpd.org/most wanted. savannahpd.org/most wanted. That concludes my prepared remarks. Again, if you are on social media, if you have questions, you can add them to the live stream on Facebook or Instagram, and we will get to those after our media partners. So I'm happy to start with questions for our media. Y'all be nice. I'm being double teamed again.
Morning, Mr. Mayor. Evan Masters, Savannah News. I'm wondering if you can maybe tease out what the presentation at the Civic Center meetings will entail. What types of things will the residents get to see?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think the first part is the demolition, which is going to be an intricate process. Very few of us were around. Nobody's city staff was around when it was constructed. We believe there's a 5-foot air wall in that, so you're basically threading a needle to be able to demolish the current arena while not disturbing the adjacent site, doing that in a very delicate process. As you know, it's very tight in that area. The goal ultimately is to be able to do it in a way that does not disrupt activities at the current building. We hope we'll be able to maintain that, but it's just a lot of information. I think people don't recognize how old and how in disrepair the current arena is. So we want people to understand where we are, and then really the fact that we want to create a state-of-the-art facility for our Johnny Mercer Theater. My goal ultimately and my recommendation is that we rename the Civic Center, the Martin Luther King Civic Center, and the Johnny Mercer Theater is in it. Right now it's the Savannah Civic Center. You have the Martin Luther King Arena, and you have the Johnny Mercer Theater. And I know some folks are really concerned about the loss of the MLK Arena and the loss of the MLK name, because it was so prevalent, particularly in the formation of a holiday for MLK. And so I think the way you address that is that you take the name of the MLK Arena, move it to the Savannah's Martin Luther King Civic Center, and then you still have the Johnny Mercer Theater within the Martin Luther King Civic Center. So I think we'll be able to address that as well and be able to move forward. So,
is the expectation that there will be some public plan about what the renovations to the theater will entail before work begins on it?
Yes, I think some of it is scientific in terms of being able to build capacity, build premium space, build out basement space, rehearsal space, practice space. Ultimately, I would love to see more meeting rooms. I would love to see additions of ballrooms. We're going to pay for it through some of our SPLOST funds. Our goal ultimately is also to have an aggressive philanthropic effort as well to get us to where we need to be. We want to build the premium performing arts venue for the Southeast. Everyone has a Savannah Civic Center story. The theater means a lot to me. I graduated from Savannah State in 1990 from there. I graduated with my master's in 1992 from there. I was inaugurated 5 times in there. 4 times as alderman and, 6. 4 times as alderman and 2 times as mayor. This is really precious, precious space. Some of the best concerts I've ever been to have been in there. So people really remember that space, and so we want to make sure that it is prepared for many, many years to come. We have an outstanding philharmonic that I want to be able to utilize that space. We really want to expand Broadway opportunities, and again, to really make this the space where folks want to be able to come to. I'll let you double team me. Go ahead.
Thanks. Good morning and happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I've gotten older. I'm thankful for it.
Of course. So a few things. As you mentioned, the Dundee houses are opening, but there are only 39. While that's a great feat for those families who are able to apply and get into space, are there any further conversations for newer developments or anything else that you, the city, are trying to do and foster to help out the community?
Yes, I think that the Dundee colleges was an opportunity for low-hanging fruit. We already had the Dundee Cove next to it for veterans that the city was a partner in. This was an opportunity for us to build an adjacent development of tiny homes on space we already had. We think that, particularly for those exiting homelessness, tiny homes is really a good way to go. It's an innovative way. We're able to build quality housing where people can have their own space. We know that people don't like shelters. I mean, they go if they want to, but a lot of people, I was in California with Mayor Karen Bass, Los Angeles, and we were talking with folks who are homeless out there. And something dawned on me when I was talking with a gentleman, and he told me the best thing about having, because they were using containers, and they were splitting the containers like up into 5 units. And he said that for him, he would never go to a shelter. And he said he experienced some trauma in a shelter. And the most important thing for him was having his own shower and having his own TV. And we don't think about it like that, And so we're looking for spaces and opportunities to continue to build out on this concept. Certainly, I'm interested in looking at the container concept as well. And then it also has to be in the right spaces. As you know, many people like affordable housing. They don't want it in their neighborhoods. And so we have to get past the NIMBY complex. But for this, the Dundee Cove, and the villages at Dundee, really, it was a great space. It's very close to the downtown core. People can get to where they need to. And we know from the veterans, that space really works. So again, we're kind of behind the 8 ball, but again, this is a city making forward progress I'm very proud of.
And then you kind of teased a little bit about some plans that you could help some federal government workers here in Savannah. Are you able to share anything about those?
Well, I think it's a matter of what we're able to do. It might be, we're talking with our friends at Second Harvest about food availability. I'm asking businesses, maybe gas cards to help folks to get to and from work. Imagine, you don't have a check. How are you getting to and from work? And then when you get to work, you don't even have an opportunity to have lunch. So how can we maybe provide lunch for them, or lunch vouchers for them to be able to do that, or a gift card for them to buy groceries and things like that? Again, we have shown a propensity in this community to be able to help, and I want to be the helper in chief. I want to be able to help corral our resources to help our neighbors.
So a few questions off of that. The last government shutdown was 35 days. Is the city able to help out for that long or longer, or prepared to do something like that?
I think we have to be in a position to help as long as we can, in the capacity we can. Again, we're asking our government to get it together. In the meantime, we'll just do what we have to do. And our partners do what we have to do. This is, it's an unknown sum game. We don't know how long we're going to be in this, but if we feed today, if we help today, then we'll worry about helping tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
And finally, as you mentioned, government moves slowly, federal, local, state. So how quickly would you be able to get some of these subsidies out to people from Second Harvest's help?
We're working on this now. Yeah, we're working on this like this week. We recognize that many federal employees were paid on the 30th, which was last week. So really, I think most folks are okay because they weren't paid anyway. They won't really feel it until the 15th, mid-month or so when the next federal checks come out. So again, this provides us some opportunity to ramp up into some types of relief opportunities. The United Way, a big partner, they do a lot of things. We ask folks to give to United Way because of things like this. That's why we have campaigns, because the campaigns the folks you might be helping might be yourself. And so this is a way for us really to help our partners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hey,
Jasmine Butler with WTOC.
hey, Jasmine.
The Planning Commission today is talking about extending the hotel overlay district to other places downtown and potentially carving out space for hotels with 40 rooms or less in some areas. Many people in the community don't want more hotels downtown. What is your response to those concerns?
I think there's a point at which too much is too much. And so although I won't put my hand on the scale, because I think this ultimately comes to council, we have to maintain a balance of livability and tourist interest. We have to do both. Savannah is a city of people who live here and then people who visit here second. And so, I'll let them do their work, and then when it's time for us to do our work, then we'll just expect council to do their work.
Just to follow up, are you supportive of more hotels coming to downtown?
Again, I think that there's a point where too much is too much. We need to make sure we're able to provide places for people to live, not necessarily places for people to visit. There are some statistics out there that say that our tourism is slowing down somewhat, and so obviously that should give us some opportunities for pausing as well. Again, I've always been for balance. I think that we enjoy our residents, we enjoy our guests. There has to be a balance, and so I want to make sure that we're maintaining that balance. And I think ultimately the MPC does one thing: the council ensures the balance, and we have to do that through policy and through our decisions.
Just to follow up on potential resources coming for people impacted by the federal shutdown, do you know, I know you say you're working on it this week, how soon, if people are looking for support, obviously, you guys are working on it, but how soon would you know if those...
Again, I think we've received very favorable comments from our partners. I think folks want to be able to help. And so I think we have a small window of time. Again, folks are not being paid, but they would not have been paid until October 15th. So they won't necessarily feel the impact of the shutdown now until October 15th. So I think we have a little bit of time. And so we're going to make sure to push out whatever information, how folks can get help if they need help, if they're impacted. Maybe there's some things that the city can do to help address it as well as it relates to our utility bills as well. We might be able to help. It's a discussion we'll have with the city manager and Team Savannah. So we're hoping to push that out in a few days.
Then my last question, also a clarification on something you said earlier. So Olympia Cafe will close at the end of this year and then reopen temporarily
Right.
and reopen in the third quarter of 2026.
Correct. So the action on Thursday is to authorize the city manager to negotiate a lease at council's direction with Olympia Cafe, or Galaxy, which operates Olympia Cafe. The building, which is the Gamble building that's right here, is undergoing massive restoration and renovation, which will require the space to be shut down just because that's the bottom floor and you can't, renovate the top without renovating the bottom. So they'll have to close, but it provides them an opportunity. I think they wanted the opportunity as well to do some renovation. They've been in that same space for 30 some odd years, so it'll provide them the opportunity to do that as well. And then third quarter, they'll be able to get back into the space. So that'll be a part of the lease agreement. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Mayor. I just have one question as far as the government shutdown.
Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hey. You talking about helping people that need help, that are affected by it. Is the city not receiving any kind of funds from the federal government that they were expecting to receive as a result of this?
That's a good question. And I'm still trying to find that out. I'm not sure of any, I mean, $30 million that was Doge, I mean, that kind of stuff. But no, I'm not familiar with any current city operations that are impacted by city agencies, by federal agencies or federal funds. I'm still researching that, and Josh, if you'll help me to secure that. But we did ask that question. I have not heard anything back because I don't think we really know because it's so new. Right now we have not felt any impacts from it. That's it? Anything, sir? All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We're glad that you are here. It's a little misty out here, but hey, at least it's not cold, and at least the H word is not here. So thank you all for joining us. May God bless you all, and as always, be Savannah strong. Thank you.